After more than a month of a ban on the sale of liquor, the suspension on liquor licenses has been lifted effective the 25th of February. Permission has been granted to bar owners and restaurants to operate on a grab-and-go basis. Our team captured the reaction of a bar owner and members of the public.
The ban on the sale and consumption of alcohol has been lifted. That means bars can now open their doors and operate. Hot 7 spoke with bar owners after being closed for almost a month. On January 20th, the government of St. Lucia announced the restriction on the sale and consumption of alcohol for a period of 21 days. The suspension was later extended for a period from February 2nd to February 24th, 2021. Bar owner Pamela Serafin says after a month of being out of business, she is thankful that she is now able to ply her trade and make some much-needed revenue.
It was very, very, very hard on me because bills coming one behind the other, I have money to pay and I'm not taking nowhere. But as they open it now, I'm very happy. The thing is that when the people grab and go, they refuse to go, they want to stay inside. This morning I had a little problem with a fella. I tell him grab and go. You want to stay inside, then you can go outside. Well, then I'll not come down, not make you sell again. I don't care. But I'll not lose my license for the take a shot of rum. You understand me? Like my girl, I have bills on one on top of the other. You select for her. You select at my home. Water here, water at my home. Cable here, cable at my home. I'm getting the money to pay. Being very, very, I don't know people who get in it easy, but I'm getting very hard because my husband sits in Ireland not okay.
Serafin says she is very disturbed by the fact that no assistance was offered to small business owners who were adversely affected by the closing of their business for such an extended period of time.
Nothing, I smell not a center from government. I don't have nothing, huh? Nothing, and I'm saying give a little 500, some nothing.
So do you think...
So I want to know what happened to the Prime Minister. He's not helping us. He have to help us because we're not working. Put measure in place for us. You know, should put. Give a little something or pay the rent or give a little something to pay our electricity or our water. He said they're going to pay electricity. Up to now, I still paying the same amount of money. The president take my name for electricity. Up to now, I still paying electricity. I got a bill there for $600 there.
She says in her case, her business operates in a government-owned building. Therefore, she believes assistance could have been rendered. The rules, however, stipulate that bars are solely to operate on a grab-and-go basis. So I'm having my drink and I'm leaving. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Genevieve Gonzague.
I am not somebody who's drinking rum, but I want to tell them fellas that drinking the rum, make sure you put your mask on your face, sanitize your hands, and social distancing. Because if you do that, we'll be able to control the corona. Okay, my boys, just take it easy and enjoy yourselves.
No, I drink one Magnum and I drink 4 beers. That is enough for me, my brother.
I feel happy for the bar's owners, but all I want to say for the public that patronize the bar, please, I want them to respect the 6-foot distance and do not stay by the bar, grab and go. And that's the most important thing. I want St. Lucian to be known that when you're spending your money to buy your drink, but there's rules and regulation in all bars. Grab your drink and go. You want to come back to another shop, you go back inside, grab your drink and bar. So I'm happy for the bar owners to make a little thing to cover the rent.
I was right, now I'm bright.
Duma. To my get good. 1, 2, good. Happy. Good for other people that need it. Other people that going mad without it. You check. People that can't sleep. People have problems. They have this, they have that. You know. Good, eh?
The bar was supposed to open around 7 o'clock, but I noticed that the patrons couldn't wait. You know, they couldn't wait, boy. They almost had a little scuffle, but they tried to compose themselves.
Well, I figured that that was a good. It was time because what I'm saying there that some people, as if you see, like you're gonna see some people was really kind of, I'll say, upset. Some maybe would like to. You see some like if they're ready to go off, you know, as if to me, some of them cure into that already, you know, and you find that the alcohol itself, you know, there are people that are accustomed to the drinking and things like that.
Sanitizing your hands with rubbing alcohol, all kind of alcohol. We sanitizing our throat with alcohol. You never, nobody by the market have Corolla Toyota. Yes, everybody glad now the bar open, you will not get that. Why the government fighting on bars? And people are drinking. We never had nobody from by the rum shops, by the market, by that have that. It's them in the office, even the police station they had it. The police and them had it. We never have that by that. So why they fighting that down? Open up the place, let the rum sell. The rum is a healing for the Toyota Corolla.
Those were your views. National Security Minister Herman Gill Francis says he's satisfied with the new promotions handed out to former Police Commissioner Severin Mosheri and his successor, Milton Daisy. Francis says this spells the beginning of a new and better way for the RSLPF.
The recent appointment of Severin Mosheri as the Special Advisor to the Prime Minister on Security Matters has been a topic of discussion, where Mosheri himself, his successor at the RSLPF, Acting Commissioner of Police Milton Daisy, as well as Prime Minister Alan Shasney, have all aired their thoughts on the big move. On Thursday morning, National Security Minister Herman Gill Francis added his piece. Francis has been at the center of talks insinuating that there was a rift between himself and Mosheri whilst he served as COP, a topic that has been denied by both men. Francis has gone on to laud Mosheri's appointment, stating that it marks the beginning of a better promotion system within the RSLPF.
People have this conspiracy theory that we have done this and we have done that. I've always, from the time I became the minister, I've always said I'm not satisfied with the succession planning in the police force. We have promotions being made. And it's a burning issue with the police force promotions. We just did about 60-something promotions. Just last week we had some senior promotions. But you will notice that some of the promotions, persons came from the rank of sergeant, jumped inspector, jumped ASP and became superintendents. And because of the criteria that is there now, that because you have a master's degree and so on, you can apply. And you do the interviewers decide, well, you're the best candidate, and you're promoted. The organization has to grow. And it is not right that every time the commissioner is about to leave, you're scrambling to get a commissioner. And what eventually happens, the person who is next in line gets it. Is he the right material? Is he the proper person to become a commissioner? And that's what we wanted to do.
Francis said the pieces of the puzzle now fit perfectly in place and the right people are appointed for the rightful jobs.
We have brought Mr. Mosheri with the Prime Minister's office to assist the Prime Minister in looking at succession plan for the police force. Mr. Daisy is a senior officer. We decided because of his experience that we would bring him back to head the police force. It could have been done two ways. Mr. Mosheri could have remained as commissioner and Mr. Daisy could have come to the Prime Minister's office as the advisor. But to be the Prime Minister's advisor is grade 21. So why would you bring somebody out and put them above the commissioner whose grade is grade 20? So the ideal thing is to promote the commissioner and have Mr. Daisy serve as commissioner. Because he's experienced, he has the know all about policing. And so we decided that this is what we need to do.
Francis said going forward, there will be newly implemented structure to ensure that the experience is not ignored and that the rankings are appointed fairly. Reporting for Hot 7 News, I am Rochelle Gonzalez.
With 3 COVID-19 vaccines having been approved for use by the World Health Organization, questions have arisen as to why St. Lucia has chosen to go with AstraZeneca. The National Immunization Manager was in the hot seat on Wednesday night.
The COVID-19 pandemic has accelerated the need for countries across the globe to inoculate their population. But with 3 vaccines approved for use by the World Health Organization, countries have been scrambling to get their hands on the vaccines. Moderna and Pfizer were first out the gate, having been approved early on, with larger countries buying up the bulk of supplies. Then came the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine, which has been the choice of the COVAX facility. The National Immunization Manager, Tekla Jabatis, defended St. Lucia's decision to go with the AstraZeneca.
We talk about the Pfizer vaccine that requires a storage temperature of minus 70 degrees, and we have the Moderna, which is about minus 25 thereabouts. Most of our countries, our capacity to store vaccines is maybe as low as minus 20. The logistics involved in storing these vaccines, and not just storing, but transporting from central storage to the point, to the facilities, and in a case of now having to do outreaches and mass immunization, you would of course be, we would of course have immunization sites which are out of the facilities, what we call outposts, and the logistics involved in transporting these vaccines and storing them and keeping them at safe temperatures, it's a lot more complicated than our regular vaccines that we are used to storing.
Skeptics have expressed concern about using the AstraZeneca vaccine, saying that it is the least effective of the three, demonstrating an average of 63% efficacy. The Pfizer vaccine boasts 95% efficacy, while the Moderna vaccine an efficacy rate of 94.5%.
What has been noted throughout the trials of throughout the trials process is that with an extended interval, the efficacy of the vaccine has shown to increase. So the vaccine is administered, the complete regime is 2 doses. So after the first dose has been administered, the second dose can be administered some 4 to 12 weeks after. What has been noted that in cases where the interval had been extended, you have efficacy rates up to about the late 70s into 80%.
St. Lucia has decided to administer the vaccines every 6 weeks.
The reason for this is with our first batch of vaccines, it has an expiration date of May, the 29th of May. So of course, we have doses on hand and we have an expiration date to consider. And we're at a point in the pandemic where vaccines are limited. We can't afford to let doses go to waste because we need to ensure that our population is vaccinated and persons who really require the vaccine receive it.
The immunization team says it will continue to monitor and evaluate the effects of administering the vaccines with a view to adopt best practices. For the Hot 7 News, Nisha Charles reporting.
You're watching the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. Stay with us. There's more news coming up after the break.